Welcome to Everything Pastry. This is my recipe for Beurre Noisette Hazelnut Cookies, also known as brown butter hazelnut cookies. First, we're going to start off by browning a butter. Add butter to a pan on a medium heat and gently melt. Let it come to a boil, giving it a stir occasionally. We want to wait until we achieve a foamy consistency. This will happen once all the water evaporates. Once it comes to a foamy consistency, we're going to give it a stir, releasing all the milk solids from the bottom. This whole process will take around 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how much butter you're browning. Once the butter is browned, we're going to strain it through a fine mesh sieve, just to remove any large milk solids that may have burnt and gone bitter. Set the butter in the fridge and let it solidify. We just want it to firm up to the consistency of room temperature butter. This will take a couple of hours. Give it an occasional stir to help speed up the process. Sift your dry ingredients, plain flour or all-purpose flour, bicarbonate of soda and baking powder, just to help remove any clumps. Now it's time for the bit we've been waiting for, making the cookie dough. Into a mixing bowl, add in your browned butter, caster sugar, light brown soft sugar, sea salt and egg. With an electric whisk, we're going to cream together all the ingredients until it becomes light and pale. You can also do this in a stand mixer with a paddle attachment on a medium-low speed, making sure to scrape down the bowl every so often. Give the bowl a scrape just to bring everything together and to make sure there's no clumps of butter left. Now we're going to add in the dry ingredients in two parts. Add half of the flour mixture into the bowl and gently fold in. We want to be careful not to knock out too much of the air. Once all that flour is incorporated, add in the second part and gently fold in until it's all incorporated. We want to be careful not to activate the gluten. Over mixing can do this. This is going to result into a cookie dough with a tight crumb structure. It's going to affect the chew and consistency of the overall baked cookie. Once the cookie dough has come together, add in your chopped roasted hazelnuts and dark chocolate chips. Fold in the additions into the cookie dough. This is a lot easier in a stand mixer with a paddle attachment. It helps speed up the process but also control how much you're mixing. Doing it by hand, you risk over mixing and activating the gluten in the flour. But for the purposes of this video, I have done it by hand. And it is doable. You just have to be careful with how hard and vigorously you mix the cookie dough. Once the cookie dough has all come together, it's time to portion the cookie dough, either with an ice cream scoop or by hand into 75-gram balls, onto a baking tray lined with greaseproof paper or parchment paper. This recipe will give you around 10 cookies. You can add all the cookies to one tray for the time being. Set the tray into the fridge for 30 minutes to an hour to allow the cookies to firm up. In the meantime, preheat your oven to 160 degrees C or 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Separate all the cookies onto a baking tray, allowing enough space between them. My tray is 60 by 40 centimeters and I can fit up to 6 cookies on the tray. I'll have a link in the description for all the equipment and the recipe down below. Bake the cookies in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes until golden brown on the edge. Allow to cool for about 30 minutes before enjoying. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to know when I've uploaded the next video.